This March Madness betting commandments and first four picks edition of the Sports Gambling Podcast is brought to you by our Bracket Madness contest. We're giving away $5,000 in prizes, and it's free to enter at sportsgamblingpodcast.com/bracket.
Hey, what's up, you degenerate gamblers? This is Bill Burr, and you're listening to SGPN. Let it ride, baby.
Cox.
He's one of those guys who will get penetration.
Welcome everyone to the Sports Gambling Podcast. I'm Sean, stacking the money green with my partner in picks, Ryan, Real Money Kramer. What's happening, Kramer?
Dog.
Oh, we've arrived all the way.
Yes,
It's here.
hanging out with us in studio, live from Los Angeles, Colby Dant, aka Pick Dundee. What's happening, Colby?
It is great to be back in the office. You know, director of programming. I see you guys got a lot of bullshit on out there.
What's that mean?
Well, I pinpoint, all these problems you guys have. So I mean,
No, you're just having you know what it is. You're used to the lazy eye setup.
Oh,
And now that you're back to the regular eye, it's throwing you off.
But it's good to be back. It's good to see you. I know Kramer it's a tough day for Kramer.
Why is that?
He's been out.
you tell us. You came in a little
What do you
fiery,
mean?
right?
I thought he'd be excited to see me. Instead,
Yeah.
Not
you know what it
fiery
is?
at all.
He doesn't like Dundee in the office.
What do you mean?
Doesn't
You were
like-
doing the show.
Doesn't like Dundee in the
I
office.
ate my food. I finished prepping for the episode, and yeah, I don't see what the problem was. I mean, we can talk. Sean's a little irritated that I am on the other side of a debate with him.
No, it wasn't a debate.
What do you mean it wasn't?
We were going on a great craps run, and I was working on my two finger some hard set there. We both had really nice rolls. I was throwing it a little short, and then the pit boss yelled at me for throwing it short. And Ryan, instead of being like, they're coming after you and supporting, he took the side of the casino, which is rare to see it.
Pretty disappointing.
Yeah.
Right? Pretty disappointing.
Okay. I mean, if that's how you saw it,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean,
Well, how do you see it?
they warned you at least a half dozen times.
Okay, that did not happen.
I was there. I mean, it was clearly escalating. Now, in the moment, I wasn't getting involved, but they continually.
Circa? Where was this?
Yeah, they continually told you to throw. I think what happened was they told you. The one guy told you after the stick man told you about 3 times.
Sean Bradley.
And there was the other guy kind of more loudly got the attention of the pit man, the pit boss, and warned you again. And then you had this, what I can only describe as one of the shortest throws I've ever seen in my life.
One short throw accidentally.
For those who play craps, you know what we're talking about. Like, you are trying to throw it short of bouncing on the back wall by making it still look like you're trying to throw. He's standing. So if you're the stick man, he's standing next to you.
Did they grade it as a win?
He threw. Yes.
Okay.
No,
so Ryan's complaining about winning crap rolls.
No,
just
I'm not complaining at all.
Your side.
Did he at least ask some girl to blow on his dice?
I'm explaining how the story went. And Colby, I kid you not, the dice did not go more than 6 inches down the table, and so it was one of those things where I was like, well, at some point, they're like someone's gonna more sternly say, you got to throw the fucking dice to the back of the table.
And craps is one of those games where people can win when other people are throwing a dice. So I wonder if they're like, hey, you must be the guy that throws the short dice.
Oh, I'll be honest. They were very lenient because Sean continued to throw it pretty short, and he paid out, I think, maybe 3-point bets.
So some of those other people around there were probably sitting there thinking,
Kramer was. Yeah, I thought he was enjoying the winnings.
I am.
Oh, okay.
I'm a journalist, and I'm telling you how the story went.
Hey, well, yeah.
I have no problem.
My problem is you're instead of being the impartial journalist, you should be like, they're coming after you. You have.
I have no problem with your version of the story. I'm just simply
this
saying.
This is like when I tell my wife, the bartender at Chili's was being a real asshole, and she goes, well, maybe he was having a bad day. Well, yeah, I was having a bad
That's
day, you're
absolutely
supposed
not
to
what that-
So wait
side
a second.
with
When I
me.
bartended, I would always on a bad day I poured heavier. You know
come
what
on.
I mean? I wanted to stick it to the job, right?
Just simply saying, I think if anyone,
I never said in this entire time that I wasn't throwing it short.
So you went to Chili's?
yeah, I don't understand what the problem is.
They got a Chili's in
No,
Circa?
that you were like you were siding with the
I'm
casino.
I'm no. It's more of a my attitude is I'm not surprised they talk to you.
Okay.
Like that's it's kind of like if you're like really belligerent at a blackjack table and you keep telling the dealer she's got great tits. Like maybe you won't get spoken to, but maybe someone might walk over and say something to you. It's fine, but it also is what it is.
So you've told a dealer you have great tits at the blackjack table?
We've definitely. I don't know. I'm guessing Sean has been. I've been at the table. With
I prefer.
multiple,
I think if you're gonna do, you gotta say sugar tits. Hey,
well,
sugar tits.
I don't remember actually in the legendary night of the 2 strip club Super Bob experience. Sean, do you remember the blackjack we played at the end of the night,
not
sitting
at all.
at like
Not at
6
all.
in the morning? I don't fully remember if he was walked out of the casino, but he definitely was spoken to for telling the dealer she had great tits and he wanted to see them. So Super Bob.
Oh, yeah.
Not surprising.
I was gonna say I don't think I said that. I probably
this is
thought
like decades ago. I take it.
Yeah, that was it was one of these nights that you'll never. Everyone has a couple of these, I assume, in Vegas. We've been a lot more than most, but essentially, we got picked up from the airport around. I don't know. We got picked up at the hotel like midnight in a stretch Hummer with 5 of us to go to a strip club, but not to see the girls, to eat a steak. And then we went to a different strip club. Which seemed really annoying and crowded, but this guy had such good connections. He cleared out a huge area. It was again, a guy took us to a strip club for a steak and then another strip club for the view.
it was an all-time experience.
Well, it's funny you mentioned this because in the previous show I just did, we had someone that was 21 years old hop in saying going to Vegas first time. What should he do?
Well,
And
step one.
Sean's got a great plan.
What's that?
In general, you have a great plan. May have one planned item.
Yeah. If you're going with a bunch of buddies, you can only plan one thing.
Yeah. So 6 p.m. on Wednesday.
What? Yeah. Come by the Circa and breaking news. We were hanging out with the great Derek Stevens, the great Jeremy Roenick, who was
Chicago Blackhawk. Jeremy Roenick?
was
Wow. Okay.
remembered being on our show. Debatable, I guess. He was really excited to see us. Now, it may have been because Derek told him, because we talked to Derek and we go, "Oh, we had Jeremy Roenick on. He was a great guest." Jeremy Roenick after the interview was like, "Stop!" It was where we were interviewing a bunch of these guys. It was one of these celebrity golf events. Jeremy Roenick stopped him and was like, "Hey, take down my info. I want to do the show again." And then I hit him up a couple times. It didn't work out. And then I was telling Derek, like, yeah, he liked our show. And then we went over there and Derek may have passed that along to Jeremy because Jeremy's like, "Hey guys, love the show. Great thing you're building."
And I also would say,
either way, I said to Kramer, I don't know what is a better story. Either Jeremy Roenick remember being on the show and was that big a fan, which I always said was maybe a possibility, or that Derek gassed us up so much that Jeremy Roenick. I go either way, it's a win.
Yeah, I think in a weird way the second one's almost better. I'd also say like 12 out of 10 on the handshake scale.
Oh my god!
First of all,
I felt like such a pussy when he shook my hand.
I don't.
You're sitting there.
I don't have small.
I
I don't have small hands. I don't have large. Like I would, if I went to the combine, I'd measure out in the median, maybe a little bit larger than the median. But there's certain types of people that just it's like, God damn, like these defensive lineman type, right?
Yeah.
Like again, Nate Collins.
Yeah,
if hands are any indication of other parts of your body, my God.
well, that's funny because
Jeremy Roenick.
I want a dick rubbed on my face tonight. That's what he's saying right there.
My hand just melted.
I want a dick rubbed on me tonight.
Jeremy's hand, and it was I would say the latter is almost cooler.
yeah.
Having the owner of the
dick rubbed
casino
on you
no,
tonight?
Well, having Derek gas us up to
Yeah.
Jeremy Roenick and Jeremy Roenick being like, "Yeah, okay, if Derek says you're cool, you're cool."
My wife was out with us, and I even told her, I'm like, it's a small group. Like these are always interesting experiences because you don't know how we've been set up. And yeah, no, he got up and came to, like we we didn't have to awkwardly kind of stand next to him and say, "What's up, man?" He like got up and again engulfed our hands with his giant paw.
Yeah, but what I was getting at was we're not at the overhang now. We are at the underhang, which is the bar. Basically, they set up these areas, prime seating, or you're kind of like standing with some chairs there. Great view of the sports book. We're going to be right next to Derek in his like setup area. So just check in at the sports book. Say you're there for SGPN. They'll point you in the right direction. But again, Circa's so small, you're not going to miss us.
Yeah,
6 o'clock. Hopefully, I'm still wearing the Lehigh jersey.
It's the video poker machines, like standing straight in front of the
You'll be able to see us. I just walk to the sports book. You'll see a bunch of DJs.
I'm excited. We're on the first floor because the craps table is now very close.
It's right there.
Very close.
Maybe I'll run into that pit boss. And we are giving away $5,000. And Ryan, I'm embarrassed at the amount of people who claim that they like gambling, claim that they like free shit. I'll tell you this:
I haven't checked.
If we don't get these contest numbers up, no more free contests.
Oh.
Who doesn't want a contest where you got a chance to win $5,000 in prizes for free?
To be fair, think about yourself before we ever did this.
Yes,
you would do a bracket after the brackets revealed.
Yes, but you still sign up.
No, I never did it until
I was trying to tell us to shine. I do think that
I'm either way. I want to motivate the audience. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/bracket. Don't be a pussy.
No,
they told us to say that in the announcement.
Some people are still. Some people have actually filled out their bracket, but I will say I am a little surprised that so few people have signed up.
Don't be a pussy. That was that guy. That was the chef in Moscow when he ordered a chicken feed burger. Right? What did he say? Something like that? Or he said one pussy burger. One pussy burger coming up.
There was even in that area of the Northwest, which is pretty, open-minded and open to many ideologies and ways to live your life. They were taken aback. They had to go in a different drawer to rummage around and get the chicken feed
one
burger.
Pussy burger coming up.
That's not entirely accurate depiction of the story.
Nothing trumps the coleslaw salad. Just Kramer eating a coleslaw sandwich just high out of his mind in the press box.
And I'll be honest, the times I talked to Leach off the record on the interviews, trying to set up the interviews, he that story got back to him.
No,
so I don't know if he was. There's a reason why we never made it to Stark Vegas.
Yeah, it was close to never coming on the show again.
He was. I think he was a big fan. He was a big fan. He was a creative guy himself. He once wanted to bring a midget onto his team for short yardage, throw the guy over the line.
I still think that would have worked. That would have worked.
I'm not sure how that would be illegal. I guess player safety on some level.
Walter Payton jumped over fucking people for decades.
All right, so how many people have to? What's the number? And we're canceling future contests.
2,000.
2,000 people.
Yep.
If we don't get 2,000 people,
we're canceling the contest.
They don't get the five. So the winner doesn't even get 5 Gs. They just get like
they do, but yeah.
Okay. So next year,
I'm a man of my word.
Well, next year we should do something different. If we don't hit that number,
pre-roll football contest is gone.
Yeah, you don't have to cancel everything. Just do like I don't know, like 1,000.
This is why the chat likes him.
And no George Mason t-shirts.
Oh my God!
Now
this is despicable. Are you kidding me?
And we also have the 25K Survivor pool, sportsgamblingpodcast.com/survivor. So get in on that. Get in on the free contest as well. So let's go, baby.
I know you usually don't care, but would you like an overlay report?
Sure. What's the overlay report, Ryan?
I'd say that the survivor participation is far less embarrassing than the bracket participation. Our overlay is down to roughly 13,500. So we're about halfway home. And again, I agree with what Colby said. I think most people aren't even thinking brackets until Monday morning.
Yeah. Well, I get it. You're waiting for the bracket to get released.
You got to get to work.
Yeah. And we do have printable brackets up on the website. Get those, start firing away. We got a lot to get to. I feel like we got to get our reactions to the brackets, some early takes, March Madness betting commandments, and then the Lehigh Mountain Hawks in the first 4 picks.
I don't know if it was a sign, but I was at a soccer game being played on a football field, and you wouldn't believe what I saw nested far above the campus, Sean. It was an osprey.
Oh,
Ooh.
AKA a river hawk, AKA a sea hawk, AKA a mountain hawk.
Let's go.
wow.
I don't know if it was a sign. Could have been a sign. And it was a giant.
And
nest.
well, let's just start with the reaction. I mean, these coward people who are the committee refusing. But it's one thing; it's disgraceful. If you win your conference tournament, you don't need to play another game to get into the tournament. Maybe I'm a traditionalist. I know Colby likes these newfangled rules, but if you win your conference, you're in the tournament. This bullshit playing thing when you win your conference tournament, I think is Bush League. We'll start there. Leave that for the bubble teams. Lehigh was not a bubble team. Squarely in with their win, 9-1 in the Patriot League. Then my other thought is. Do the right thing, committee, and put them up against a 16 seed or as a 16 seed against Duke. Everyone wants to see that rematch. If they're the worst team, as you said, then put them up against the best team in Duke and settle it on the court. Instead, they have to play a game and then play Florida. I want to do.
Well, Duke fans are with you because they gave him Siena, who probably shouldn't be a 16 seed. They should be a 15 seed. So I think Duke fans, I would say, please, Lehigh, put us on the schedule. Can
we start there, Colby? Do you want to just quickly rattle which was the most robbed 14, 15, 16 seed? You usually have a couple gripes with the seedings that don't matter.
For 14, 15, 16, it's probably Siena. Okay. I would say.
So you think Duke's in for one here? Isn't that where Jerry McNamara?
Duke, for them being the quote unquote one seed.
Well, yeah. I mean, just start at the.
Do we have you have a slide, right? I'm going to pull up your slide.
Yeah, we got slides here. All right. Give them the heater, Ricky. Right there, you see right there the East region there. So you got the odds on the left.
No, I mean, is this not the hardest region?
How many former champions are in this region here? What you got? You got Duke. You got what? Ohio State's played in a natty in the past 20 years. You got
Jamie Dixon in that hair.
You got Rick Pitino in St. John's. You got Kansas.
UCLA,
even though you got DNP,
even Ohio State.
Oh, Izzo.
What about Izzo in there?
God,
Louisville in there.
Spread it out, guys.
Region of death. Some are calling us.
Spread it out. You got
I do think that's karma because, like, not that it's Duke's fault, but I'm saying it's John. Everything's John Crash's fault.
How do you put St. John's and UConn in the same bracket?
Arizona should have got the overall number 1 seed.
Oh,
right. So they treated it like that somehow. They didn't give them the East region. They gave Arizona the West region. San Diego, not far from Tucson.
I'm sure they're not upset with that.
Well, and then like you look at what else is in that bracket. They kind of have. It's kind of the easiest.
Well,
bracket.
St. John's being a 5 seed, that seems kind of surprising.
That is terrible. I mean, the elephants in the room are Miami, Ohio in a play-in game. When you go 31-1,
oh no,
you're basically saying
that
you're basically saying had they lost 1 game, in conference that they wouldn't. So if you would have went 30-2. You wouldn't have made the NCAA tournament, which I think sets a terrible precedent for college basketball moving forward.
I think the MAC is disrespected in these.
I really believe so. I really believe so too.
Very disrespectful.
But yeah, St. John's obviously and Utah State. Those ones stand out to me as I'd say Siena, St. John's, Utah State, and obviously the elephant in the room with the Redskins in Miami, Ohio. Those are the ones I think that are the biggest.
Well, Miami of Ohio, they do. I mean, if you're Miami of Ohio, obviously you don't want to have to be in the first 4, but you do get a home game. And
True.
Travis Steele, was saying like these fans are going to go nuts.
Yeah,
they're
going to feel disrespected. There's a big enrollment there,
and they're coming off a loss.
Yeah,
I mean, we'll get to that game, but certainly
haven't we seen this kind of story before?
Who would you compare it to?
Oh, just like one team being much more athletic.
And but I would also say that, like, I mean, the team that they were competing against to get in the field, Auburn made a mistake. I'm sure if you ask Bruce Pearl,
I saw he was spewing off on social media.
Yeah, I mean, classic. But they played 1 away game at a mid-major in the past 5 years, and that was Appalachian State.
Boy.
And guess what happened?
They lost.
Appalachian State's not known for their basketball, Kramer.
No.
App State beat them. So when you do get a legit road game, which this one could be, I think you gotta consider that. Like even if SMU is more athletic and George W's, and his family's going to be there.
All right, yeah, let's talk about the West region. What do we got there? Arizona, the 1.
Well, they're taking on Long Island. The
Sharks.
fucking Sharks, baby. But
massive spread.
Yeah, but dangerous. Rod Strickland, just great.
It's a great
leader
story.
of men.
Just say great story.
Yeah, great
That's
leader
all I
of
have
men.
to say. Great story. Bye-bye.
Purdue, the 2 seed there. Miami. I mean, I like Miami's path.
This is what I'm saying. They gave Arizona a very nice setup here because if they get past Long Island, which is a big if.
I mean, I like your jokes, but it's hard to not pick Arizona.
Well,
and Villanova got up.
I would say Wisconsin and
against
Arkansas are the ones that are tricky there. Wisconsin and Arkansas. I don't even think anyone in the South is a real threat. To tell you the truth.
Yeah,
South
it's kind
side
of annoying because
yeah.
if Arkansas and Wisconsin win, those are 2 teams that kind of like making a run. And now that they're going to be most likely facing off against each other, unless Hawaii or High Point shock the world there.
The High Point game could be a little interesting. They got athletes.
Yeah, definitely. Wisconsin profiles as a team that could be a tiny bit fraudulent, right? Got hot in the tournament. I think it's they're close to outside the top 50 in defensive efficiency.
So, as someone who likes to fade Purdue, I love the fact that they won the Big Ten Conference Championship. Now we'll go over to our March Madness betting commandments. Matt Painter is good ATS in the tournament, but
I did stumble.
I don't know.
He's good overall. He's elite in the first round. It's just everyone remembers the one big one where they lost.
I mean, if you think about it, that really should count as like 10 ATS
Well,
losses.
Didn't he lose? He's lost a couple times.
He's lost a couple
North
times.
Texas got him,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Well, that's again 12 and 4.
But when he loses outright.
Glorious ones.
That's like massive favorites.
The other thing I would say, so we already have a position on Miami.
Yeah.
Which, okay. I mean, I do kind of like their side of the bracket there.
Yeah.
I also noticed that whoever comes out of the Texas NC State game, even though Texas is a team that's on the fraud list, they're going to go against BYU, which means very winnable game. We're back to playing. That's a pretty nice play in and win path right there.
I think it sets up really nice for the winner of that Texas NC State game because I think the Zags will still not have Huff by that point.
That's what I mean. Like,
so you're going to get 2 teams that are injured, not at 100%.
Sean, what's our Miami price? Do you remember?
I think it was 80 to 1, but I still want a paper ticket from Circa.
Because what are we looking at here?
It's 50 to 1 now. So already some nice CLV here, and shows you that they got a decent draw, at least compared to what they were looking at pre flop here, and seeing the bracket. The South, we got number 1 Florida, no shock there. This just quick eye test. This feels
catching Houston.
Well, that was the national, and that would be in Houston, by the way. That would be in Houston,
That's what
Texas,
I mean.
if they meet. Yeah.
But besides Houston, kind of compared to like
Vandy played him.
You're
really
right. Vandy was
Vandy probably should have beaten the first matchup.
Yeah.
So like both games, really, really close games there.
Troy, everyone seems to already be on Troy, Nebraska. All the stuff I've already heard so far, everyone's picking Troy over Nebraska, which, I mean, the fact that Nebraska has not won a tournament game, and I was watching an interview with Nebraska's head coach, and he's like, we all know the history. He like wouldn't even say what he was alluding to. They have to, and they certainly have been didn't close out the end of their season very well. They're going to be interesting. The Penn Quakers, shout out to Colby, had them to win the Ivy at plus 650.
I told you, don't let a guy named Fran coach the Whites.
That was a hilarious ending to the Ivy. Yale just not knowing how to close out.
Hit a nice paper ticket on Yale in the first round over Cornell, going against U2.
And we cashed on Arkansas in the SEC, by the way.
Shout out to Scotty Reichel from the Tennis Gambling Podcast. Florida is the weakest region by a wide margin, according to these random strength metrics. Yeah, no, eye test. It does look like a I mean, if you're a Florida fan,
Really?
I think you're pretty happy with the draw.
I would think the West is easier personally.
We had we actually updated a commandment.
You can kind of see that. I guess I
I'm
really
just saying,
like Miami.
in the West, you're looking at right now. You have BYU and Gonzaga that are not healthy.
Yeah,
that's true.
Right? Purdue, okay, you went on and won the Big Ten, but they look like shit before that. They've been all over the place this year.
Yeah.
Arkansas, you get Arkansas and Purdue who just won their conference tournament. So to prolong their win streaks is going to be odds are going to be against them, right?
Although last year for the major conference,
which happens like once every 10 years. It happens like once every 10 years.
I mean, yeah.
But I think that makes it a little challenging there. Then I mean, Utah State. How about Utah State's head coach? Probably going to be Cincinnati's head coach here.
I mean,
you have distractions going on. Yeah.
I mean, I always love Villanova, and I'm always going to be betting them in the tournament. But I realize they're probably, at least compared to big picture, they're not the greatest team of all time. Probably ahead of ahead of schedule there on the rebuild for Nova. But the fact that they end up with the Mountain West team, who, as we know, horrible ATS, and the fact that they end up with Utah State, and Utah State is getting bet.
I guess I see a little bit of his point on, like, I do think the West teams are more athletic. Like having Arkansas still in that field, or Villanova or Miami or something, probably a little bit more athletic than say Clemson, Iowa, Nebraska, and injured North Carolina, St. Mary's. Like I see a little bit of it, but I still think the good teams in the South, like you still have to play Houston. I'd rather play Purdue than Houston.
Yeah, I guess Houston's obviously pretty good for a 2 seed, and Illinois again, team I always like.
And Vandy just beat you and could have beat you twice. So to me, like
Vandy kind of has their number. Yeah. All right. Last just quick reactions here to the bracket, the Midwest region, Michigan, obviously the 1 seed. Got some interesting round 1 matchup. Kramer, Blue Cane, and Georgia versus St. Louis.
And that fat blob of Mayo.
Oh my God. I spent a nice chunk of time trying to get a good AI Photoshop going of Robbie Avila as a fat blob of Mayo. Shout out to Dayton. Incredible win. And the first couple batches of, hey, make this photo of Robbie Avila, but make him look like he's made of mayo. It just looked like cum was all over this poor guy.
Stay Puft Marshmallow.
I was dying laughing. I go, I can't put this out because it's just like I want to goof on the guy, but my guy, it just eventually I did figure out how to get and shout out to E Big Boo on Twitter. Good photoshopping as well.
He helped you.
He had a good version as well. I eventually figured it out, telling Croc what to do. But Iowa State being a 2 seed, that certainly makes this bracket pretty interesting, pretty tough. UVA, who I'm never going to be a fan of, but 3 seed there, and Alabama, Texas Tech. Colby, what do you?
No, just Googled some.
We're back to Colby just showing me stuff.
At some mayonnaise. I was looking for some fat blobs of mayonnaise.
It's like before the show. You're doing the pre-roll. He's watching animal videos.
I'm trying to nail this pre-roll to get these slackers into the bracket competition, and Colby's giggling like he's passing notes.
It's like you guys forget when you put the director of programming. It's not only the TVs over here. It is animal attacks.
Big mistake.
It's not only like I seek them out either. It's just I load up my Twitter and they're just right there for you. So of course I'm gonna watch. All right.
What early thoughts on the Midwest region? Tennessee playing the winner of the 11 seed.
Which obviously the Miami Ohio SMU game there. This bracket is I definitely think they did a bad job of like. The East is so much more difficult than every other bracket.
That's my biggest takeaway.
Yeah, it's like you didn't even it out at all. Like,
well,
it's like holy shit! Look at all these Hall of Fame coaches.
It's like Alabama, Texas Tech with Michigan.
Texas Tech's injured, right? Texas Tech got multiple guys injured.
I had a calendar item go off that says don't bet on Akron this year.
But Akron's been great ATS. Right?
I said it last year after Akron lost.
Texas Tech's an interesting team because obviously no Toppin, but they've shown some without him. They've shown some pretty high highs, and then also just They look like a team missing their best player in some games.
Well, they got two other guys that are playing, but we don't know if they're 100% that got injured on that fucked up court.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
Yeah.
Who was the other guy that got? I'm blanking, Colby. Who was the other Big 12 injury that?
Well, there was two. There was Anderson for Texas Tech.
Yes,
and then there was who was the other guy that got injured? It was who was it? Why am I drawing a blank on it right now? No, not that. There was another injury for Texas Tech. I'm just a little moronic over here. He's playing though. I know that. Like they said, he's playing, so he's not going to be on the injury report right now. It was the chat might tell us too.
I mean, Rick Barr. I mean, if like UVA, I don't know. I'm with you. I think there's some underwhelming regions, and there's the East.
Lawan Watts.
that's it.
Yeah,
Yes.
Lawan Watts is
Christian Anderson, and then
and
Watts.
they're still saying he's a game time decision on that app, but I think that's all that they expect both to play. Yeah, I mean, so you got that going on. You also have the fat blob of Mayo and stuff, who's kind of teetered out towards the end of the season.
I mean, that was a great
Yeah.
ending to the conference. I mean, the great ending to the championship game.
Yeah,
I'll tell you what I see here. I see about as good of a draw as I could have hoped for my Iowa State futures.
yeah.
Pretty
Historically
good, yeah.
they're trash in the tournament, but if you're looking at this, if you're a Cyclone fan, you got to be sitting there saying this could be our year. This
Strap
could
them
be-
up against Michigan. We got one game.
No, I mean they're going to be. Yeah, who is the real?
Kentucky's like.
I think Kentucky's going to lose. To Santa Clara.
Santa Clara feels like it'll be a popular upset pick. You have
the Wahoos are a team that are just
Alabama 100% can beat Michigan.
but can they beat Texas Tech?
Yeah, maybe
that's
not.
a tricky one there.
I'm just saying we got Alabama, Michigan. That could be where the variance happens. Then Alabama, Iowa State. I like Iowa State's chances a lot.
Yeah.
They won't be played on they are undefeated on a glass court. So if we could get them back on the glass court,
hit the glass, man.
All right, let's get. We already got some questions about the first half unders, Ryan.
Yeah.
Well, let's get to the March Madness betting commandments. Of course, before we do, shout out to our sponsors, aka Kalshi. That's right, real money prediction market, legal in all 50 states. Shout out to Kalshi. They just settled my trade on Tua being on the Atlanta Falcons there.
It's so funny.
Tua Tagovailoa, the quarterback.
Like this is how I know football.
I love how
coaches
you had to
aren't
explain
smart.
it. Quarterback.
He got a lefty. He wanted a lefty because he had another lefty.
Yeah,
that it was as simple as that. Unreal.
Again, ton of trading options. Great for college basketball in the big tournament. Get in there, and of course they got combos. You can trade two or more things happening. Increase your odds, increase the payouts. Love me some Kalshi, and of course you can trade the first four over on Kalshi. May have to fire some of these funds over on. Spoiler alert, I might be on the Lehigh Mountain Hawks.
Really?
You can trade them to win by 2.5 points over on Kalshi. Get in, use our promo code SGPN. Get you $20 free in your account once you start trading. Kalshi, promo code SGPN. We're also brought to you by Underdog. They got you covered. Plenty of pick'ems available. The 2x pick'em now up to 3.5x. 3-player pick'ems, 6.5x. You can win up to 5,000 extra money. Underdog Fantasy promo code SGPN. Colby, are there any college basketball pick'ems you like?
I just see they have the first four action going on here.
Take some Lehigh guys for the threes.
I haven't got to the Lehigh game yet, but maybe you got something here. I can tell you this though. Right out the gate, we're going to be talking about this game in a little bit. The UMBC Howard game, which if you know college sports, well, it's based on this crazy. Foundation of regionality. Okay. And to have Baltimore DC together, I think that is a fantastic first matchup there. And Howard this is probably the best Howard team I can remember in my life. I mean, I know they made the tournament back in the 90s, I think. But this Howard team is really good. Surprised that they're dogs. We're going to talk about that in a little bit, but I think I think Cedric Taylor, who is a beast for them, higher than 16.5 points is appealing to me in a gigantic game. So give me Cedric Taylor against UMBC there, kid out of Atlanta, Georgia. All right. So let's take the higher on Cedric Taylor.
So he would know nothing about the regionality.
No, because he's been a part of this rivalry. Or been a part of being at Howard, where they play Morgan State, where they play Maryland Eastern Shore. He knows about the border battle, to quote the great Patty C.
You know what happened if one of them river dogs would come up on a bison?
Oh, dog!
Fuck that.
You're not buying it. Let me see about this Lehigh nonsense.
I'm just saying, a bison's.
They don't even have stats yet on this Lehigh. You believe this? They haven't got over to Lehigh yet.
Well, it's the Wednesday game, so they probably don't have it yet.
Well, I can tell you this. What we should
Anyone
just
you like for Tuesday?
Well, we should just blindly do this.
They have other.
Yeah, let's just find Acuff's points and take higher.
All right.
My God, he's a machine.
25.5.
Yep, done deal. Done deal. Let's jump over there
against Hawaii. You don't think they have anyone to lock him
Hawaii's
down?
actually top 20 defensive rated team, but Acuff.
They don't have anyone to guard him.
He is better than Is he the best player in college basketball right now?
He's pretty awesome.
I don't know. Like I said, I had to eat a little bit of my words with Boozer, but I don't know. He's not there, more fun to watch.
He's right there. And 25.5. The only thing you're going to be worrying about is game script. But
where is he going in the draft, Sean? You're an NBA guy.
Yeah, he's.
Is he first overall potential?
Could be. Yeah.
I mean, you look at his last 4 games: 30 points against Vanderbilt, 24 against Ole Miss, 37 against Oklahoma, 28 against Texas. Those are his last 4 games.
Yeah, they're playing Hawaii.
Yeah, I mean,
all right, let's just lock that.
Yeah, let's go.
All right, so Cedric Taylor higher 16.5 points. Darius Acuff higher 25.5 points. I also have a college basketball gimme pick.
That's Underdog to 10. Though.
You can only max up on $10, so I'm not going to use it here. Underdog Fantasy promo code SGPN. Kramer, we have the first half betting commandments. Stuff we always like to get to here around March Madness time. We also have questions. Obviously, the first commandment is Ryan.
Well, you accidentally called them the first half.
Oh,
betting commandments.
The first
we gave it away. Thou shalt bet all 36 first half unders. As we all know, it is an extremely profitable trend that makes people mad, especially smart people on the internet, because they can't stand that something so dumb is so good. 280, 206 and 18, good for 57.61%. If you would like to see a picture of the stats, I'm happy to show you at the underhang bar at the Circa. Last year, 22, 13 and 1, good for 62.8%. If you remember, it started slow.
Yes.
At game,
that was the problem, and that's why you get the haters. Is that you didn't get the instant 5-0 start.
It doesn't matter what happens. People are going to be haters because if it's winning, they're questioning the number. And if it's losing, they're just telling me how I'm an idiot.
Now, Ryan, Scott R, aka Scotty Reichel, he wanted to know: is this based off opening number or closing numbers? And I would say it's the numbers we give out on the podcast, which is probably closer to the opening number.
Correct.
And then I got another DM where someone was asking, "Do I bet them all now with the first half unders?"
Correct.
Now, generally, the move is if you're taking unders, wait. But it seems like there's enough floating around with the first half unders. I think betting them as soon as you can.
Yeah, that's my recommendation. Would be bet them when your book opens them.
Yeah, because you're not. If it moves a little,
for a couple of reasons.
If it
One,
moves, it does feel like it's more likely to go down against you.
It seems silly, but it obviously there's. As someone who's been betting them for a long time, it's and more than ever lately, there's been available, like numbers are available sooner and wider. They're 100% going down more than they're going up. people have latched on to the fact that, again, this is a dumb trend. So lots of people can very easily consume it and copy it. So yeah, I bet them all as soon as they open. Set it and forget it. This also prevents you from being the guy who chases on day 2. Oh, I'm going to make my bet size 2x on Friday because it didn't do as well Thursday, or it did really well. I'm going to bet. I just put them all in at once. Trust me. It also it's a nice
keep it simple.
Yeah. Don't overthink it. And we all remember when it revived sport in 2021. In the first 10 hit, which some people were fortunate enough to parlay. I can only imagine.
And it does include the first 4. So reminder of that.
Well, and we've been doing this as long as the first 4. So 2011 is when the first 4 started, which is kind of remarkable.
Crazy.
We're old. Yeah, I know. Right. Yeah.
Commandment number 2, thou shalt respect balanced teams. Kramer, give us a lowdown.
So you'll hear a lot of people talk about the being inside of KenPom, efficiency top 20, both offensive and defensive, since forever, as long as KenPom's had his numbers, at least. UConn in 2014 and Baylor in 2021, just barely. Only 2 teams to break this trend. So not surprisingly, we don't have a lot of contenders this year. It's pretty much the list of the teams you would expect to hear. Duke, 4th in offense, 2nd in defense. Arizona, 5th in offense, 3rd in defense. Michigan, 8th in offense, 1st in defense. Florida, 9th and 6th, and Houston, 14th and 5th.
It's crazy that Houston's defense is 5th in efficiency, because I feel like their defense isn't as good this year.
Yeah, it is. What stood out to me is that this is 5 of the top 6 defenses are the kind of clearly some of the best teams in the country. And then
it's similar in football. I don't know about through KenPom, but I'm saying
just in general.
Yeah,
like
defense is the one that you circle.
All right, so then you have that's the bubble of teams that, again, it's very rare for a team to come from outside a population that has that criteria. So the teams that are close, Illinois, Purdue, Arkansas, Vanderbilt, Texas Tech, and Louisville, all within the top 20 in offense, but outside the top 20 in defense, but close. That's basically the qualification there was inside the top 50 in defense and inside the top 20 in offense. And then the flip of that, 50 for offense, 20 for defense. Iowa State, who's 21st for offense, 4th for defense. So very close. Gonzaga, UConn, St. John's, Michigan State, Tennessee, Virginia, St. Mary's. This stands out. I track this every year. Usually it's teams that are inside the top 20 in offense and outside the top 20 in defense that make up the majority of the population. This year is very unique. A lot of the best defensive teams in the country are close offensively, which makes me think the population of teams that can actually win the championship is a little bit bigger than we might think. Cause that, to me, if you're an elite defense, back to what we were talking, all the best teams have elite defenses. All these other elite are pretty good, very good to awesome defenses have pretty good offenses, or sorry, defenses have pretty good offenses. That stands out. Normally there's like 2 or 3 teams on this side of the table. So, yeah, even St. Mary's having a pretty competent offense this year makes me think that these teams are almost like kind of bettable teams. You want to have some fun. Now, Rick Barnes maybe put to the side because it violates some other commandments, and then all right, then we have the fade list.
Only one this year.
Which, I had all these teams listed out, and then they all, the committee kind of got rid of all the controversy, and so basically Texas,
is
the team. That's the only team that met any of the fade criteria. Now I have a little side sheet project where I was just essentially taking some aggregations of offensive and defensive ratings, making a sum. You've seen like the scatter plot graph that essentially has a diagonal line, scatter plot of all the teams, but essentially the premise being the lower your number, the more you're a legit contender. And so it's certainly like measuring it that way. I would say the teams that I would circle that are very much closer than you would you'd be surprised how close they are. Iowa State, Illinois, Gonzaga, and Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt was the one that surprised me a little bit. They've been playing good ball though.
Mark Byington, Kurt Signetti at the same time at James Madison. Now you can understand how they became the best school in the state of Virginia.
Just dumb luck. Having those coaches,
the best athletic department in the city. Right?
But at some level, a little bit of randomness though, right?
Yeah. Or I think their AD was really good because they've done that before. That it was Mike
That's
Houston.
pretty impressive.
Yeah, but yeah.
That's pretty impressive.
It is.
Commandment number 3: Thou shalt fade the first round upset. This is one that kind of makes sense as a as a gambler to fade the recency stuff. It's easy to get sucked in. Like, oh my god, they just pulled off this crazy upset. Usually they're due for a regression. Kramer, I feel like you even in the office you reminded us of this one.
Well, I'm looking at the numbers and it's like, all right, we have to just blindly follow this.
Yeah.
So there's 2 mini buckets. You have the first one, which is second round. If you're an underdog of 7 points or more, and you're coming off a win of in a game where you were a 6-point dog or more, 14 and 27 ATS over the last 41 attempts. So last season there was only one. It was Drake, if you remember. They were a 6.5 point dog in the first round, 8.5 point dog in the second round. They won and then got the doors blown off.
Yeah.
Them. So that is the one, right? Like you're fading the Cinderella when that competition gets stiffer. The other one, which is even stronger.
Colorado State last year, right?
Colorado State was a favorite in the first round as a 12 seed.
Okay, wow.
Somewhat of an outlier, but yeah, that I as I was going through some data from last year, I was surprised to see that. All right, underdogs coming off a double-digit win. So basically, you win by double digits in the first round, and you're an underdog in the second round. 5 and 31 straight up, 9 and 27 ATS.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Last year 2 and 4 ATS.
Yeah. So it was and 1 and 5 straight up. So I mean, the year before that 1 and 6 ATS, before that 1 and 2 ATS. So very, very strong trend. I feel like I ignored it last year, and I took Drake, which was dumb. Double whammy on Drake. Drake met both criteria. I have to follow. Like we have to follow the rules this year.
This one's I feel like out there, but a good reminder: thou shalt ignore the seed number, the 5 versus 12, 4 versus 13, even 2 versus 15. What are the what everyone talks about the 5 versus 12? It does seem. Where are we at with those?
Well, 20 since 2012, 22 and 29 ATS. It might be since 2014. Last year was 1 and 3 ATS, even though the 5 seeds were 3 and 1. Yeah, again, and it was kind of weird because the one cover was the 12 seed favorite as 1.5. I'm sorry, that was not one of the covers. That was the straight up loss. Yeah. So basically, the thesis on this one too. I saw someone did some NIL analysis on some of this seed stuff, and it is starting to come back the other way. But you look at the matchups this year, and it's Akron, Texas Tech. It's High Point, Wisconsin. It's Northern Iowa, St. John's, and it's McNeese and Vanderbilt. And it's so that essentially, for my view, it's 2 dogs I really want to bet and 2 favorites I really want to bet.
St. John's, that's a lot for St. John's. The number they're laying.
I know, but they're just gonna physically dominate this.
They are good. Colby, any early
like that
Northern Iowa St. John's?
A tough draw. I wanted to back Northern Iowa, but I mean Patino I think he's the best coach in college basketball, man, and I can't get in front of that train. Even though maybe you could talk me into the points.
Yeah,
over under 1. So since 2019 and 2023, only years where a 12 seed hasn't advanced. Do we see a 12 seed advance this year?
We have McNeese against Vanderbilt. I say nope.
Yeah.
Then we have Northern Iowa St. John's. I say nope.
Yep.
High Point, Wisconsin's
Yeah,
interesting.
that's the one.
Yeah. And
Or
then Akron, Texas Tech's interesting because Texas Tech's so depleted.
Yeah.
You're talking about their best
So
player.
one of those
out.
two. Can one of those two get it done?
I potentially, and I even like potentially the second matchup too.
Okay. A 14 or a 13 seed has advanced in 12 out of 16 years. No one did.
13, you said?
No, now we're going to
okay.
13 seeds. No one advanced last year from the 13 seed line, but the year before we had Yale, of course, Colby.
He brings that one up because I had Arizona winning the Natty that year. Fucking losers.
Hofstra, Troy, very interesting.
Do any 13 seeds win this year?
Well, actually, wait. Yale was Auburn. Princeton was Hawaii.
Hawaii has Arkansas. Hofstra has Alabama. Troy
Cal
has
Baptist.
Nebraska, and Cal Baptist has Kansas. I can tell you right now, I've already seen some smoke around people liking Cal Baptist and people liking Troy.
I mean, Cal Baptist tough draw with getting Kansas, but as I
Isn't
alluded
Kansas
to,
the ultimate high variance team?
true, but they rarely lose in the first round. I feel like
Bill Self's better than you think. For all you can say, like he's one of those
took
coaches.
Tulsa to the fucking Elite Eight.
But all of these coaches that are like good coaches to fade, it's usually not in the first round. It's usually round to 32, where it's still disappointing because you're a 1 seed or a 2 seed, but it's completely not a first round trend. So
I think the 13 that probably, I mean, the Troy one makes a lot of sense. Nebraska's never won a tournament game. Troy has been good for a couple years now. That one is intriguing. I mean, it does seem like Hoiberg's turned a corner in Lincoln, and they're playing at Oklahoma City, only a 6-hour drive, which is like nothing for
Nebraska's going to have some tight buttholes.
But that one's
the
intriguing.
Entire history of your program.
And look, Dominic Daniels, the shooter for Cal Baptist that won him the game, he has been phenomenal. He's a guard that I've highlighted on this show and a bunch of others all year. Like, get him to March, let the world find out about him. He's Max Asmus style. So those are appealing. I think even, you could even circle Hofstra, Alabama. I think that game could be interesting. You saw Alabama last year almost get bit by Robert Morris. Alabama plays a style of ball that I think is always susceptible to
14 point spread.
Well, Nate Oates was even planting that seed of like, we can't look past these guys. You can tell he probably wasn't in love with their matchup.
Yeah. Speedy Claxton, Jay Wright guy. Those guards are good for Hofstra.
Well, one of the guards, and I want to make sure I got his name right. Of course, local. I follow a lot of local media in the New York area, so that they decent amount of posting. But is it Preston Edmead?
Yes.
He was they were posting pictures of him playing on his varsity team as an 8th grader. And like lighting it up, just looking incredibly electric. Yeah. So,
well, the other dude, Cruz Davis, is a fucking beast too. Like that could be a little interesting. Hawaii is a top 20 rated defensive team, and you got to think, hey, Arkansas just won the SEC, but I just don't. The size of Arkansas, I think, could just be an issue for them.
All of these spreads are so. I would say that's like a macro take.
I think Troy, Nebraska is the one you circle because Troy has actually played really well against
13 and a half. So these spreads are all 13 and a half, 14, 15 points.
Yeah.
Even the 12-5 matchups, like what stands out is how, last year, Colorado State, a 12 seed, was favored in a game. I think the shortest 12-5 matchup is Akron at 7.5.
Well, the first note I had, it was funny, like right when I saw the bracket.
So no 13 seeds are winning. Is that your final answer?
I think Troy could.
If you had to take a yes/no bet, though,
I don't like the other matchups. So
yeah, you only got one to hang on to. You probably should. Say no.
But what I was saying when I first saw the bracket, I thought there's way more potential upsets than I thought because we've kind of in this the past like 2 or 3 years of college sports.
There were none last year of 13 seeds.
Yeah,
but usually we get one.
Yeah, but it's like we're in this brand new stage where like your best players are getting taken, and then it's like
NIL.
Yeah. So also like
That money line's going to be
The
juicy.
mid-major
though.
no longer has the advantage of continuity.
That's the biggest thing,
Well,
or at
that-
least
well,
what I've noticed.
well, the interesting thing I think for this year is it's not 1 to 4 seeds or I'm sorry, 14 seeds. You know, the far back. It's the middle that I think is unbelievably live. If you look at like the middle, the matchups of you know, you obviously your 8-9s are always crazy, but like your 7-10s,
7-10s are all good.
yeah.
What about
your 8-11s?
What about the 215 this year?
So 6 15 seeds have advanced to the second round in the last 12 or 13 tournaments.
Yeah, I mean,
Who's
Queens, baby.
Queens has got to be the one you're circling, right?
Right?
Can I say this is the strongest two? This
But
is
the two
strong,
seeds are very good.
This is the strongest 2 line we've had in a while.
Well, what sucks is I would have loved Siena as the 15.
You would have liked them.
I thought they might be able to give some of these teams a game, but the fact they put them at 16 so they draw Duke, that's tough. That's tough. Because I don't see Idaho even giving it a game.
Furman, does Furman have a chance against UConn?
No.
Look, I'm one that I like. UConn has looked like shit a lot of games this year where they're barely beating Georgetown. They're barely beating Providence.
You know, though, I heard I did as John. I was watching a Rothstein on CBS earlier, and as he was laying out the idea of St. John's and UConn playing for this region, I was like, oh yeah, I can get. I kind of do want to see that.
Well,
Right.
they lost
Spice up.
to,
I wouldn't mind
UConn
watching
lost
that.
to Creighton at home.
Because it
Now,
also
certainly-
means
They're more vulnerable, but the problem is they just got drilled.
Yeah.
They got drilled yesterday.
They lost by 20 points. You know, Hurley has got their ear.
I think.
and UConn is like lights out ATS. Aren't they in the middle of a?
Oh yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
In general, Hurley's one of the more dominant coaches ATS. Now that was crazy because both times they won the championship, I think they covered all 6 games.
Yeah.
And both like they were on a 12-0 run, which is insane in the tournament.
Can we talk? Because I don't think. Scroll down. I know I'm not talking on the mic. Scroll down. Do you have? Can I add one to this list?
Yeah, sure.
I don't.
When do you want to just say it? We'll work it in.
Well, it's been 26 years since the Big Ten's won a championship.
Okay, so well, you know what? We have space for this because one of the commandments is kind of being altered, so we'll throw it into there.
Okay,
we'll get to this for Commandment 8.
Okay,
This one's a personal favorite, and I always forget it. Like during the regular season, thou shalt keep free throw percentage holy. Now, what it is it's not necessarily how much better you are compared to the opponent, which certainly helps. But if you're 77% plus, these are the teams you want to circle, at least ATS, 77% plus, hitting at 63% in the tournament when favorite or when favored by 6 or less or a dog, 67%. When favored by 4 or less or a dog, 70%. So
dogs and short favors.
So yeah, 6 and under, and you're getting 77% at the line. It feels like an auto play to me. Again, quote unquote, the lines are sharp. A couple percentage points there, and my God, those 1-and-1s. And for your own mental sanity, just watching these games and teams who cannot hit their free throws at the end of the game will drive you insane.
Got a healthy dose in conference.
I remember, and I'm sure Bruce Pearl, since we're still talking him, they're playing New Mexico State. We're at the Palazzo Sportsbook watching this, and New Mexico State gets fouled shooting a 3. All they got to do is make 1 to win. It's a 3-point shooter. That's why he was shooting the 3. Misses all 3. Go to overtime, lose. Go to overtime, lose. All right,
It's insane.
Yeah, unbelievable. Like I still like. I thought had that picked on my bracket. Had the money line ticket right there. That
Well, who was it? Who were they playing?
it was Auburn, New Mexico State.
You can't measure how tight people's assholes are going to be. That's why the first half under trend is also so strong. It's just
Conference USA is very bad in the tournament ATS. I know we don't have a commandment about it, but they were circled as one of the like auto fade conferences.
Well, how many teams are they getting in? How many teams they have this year?
1. Yeah, and it was a surprise in Kennesaw State as they you know, one of the better stories with everything that's gone down with that university. of late with a bunch of different coaches. Had a coach pass away that had moved on to the South Florida job.
Oh no, sorry. My apologies. It was more that they've been good in some outright upsets actually.
So the opposite.
Yes.
All right. So I mean, we can breeze through a couple of these. Thou shalt respect the playing game.
Lehigh, look out! Don't let them get hot. What would the money line be if, knock on wood, they're fortunate to win and cover in their first game? I'm seeing some comparable.
You want me to calculate a money line for you?
I think I could get 65 to 1.
Well, you would get Florida.
So 70 to 1 to beat Florida.
What do you think the spread would be?
I will be betting it on the money line.
What do you think the spread will be?
I think it'll be 40.
40.
I think that's fair. I mean, Colby, what would you set the line?
You think it'll be 40 to 1, or they could be a 40 point spread?
No, I think it'll. Let's see. I was looking at some of the Long Island, LIU against Arizona. They're getting 31.5, and they're 65 to 1 on the money line. So maybe high 30s. I think I could get a 75 to 1, 70 to 1.
You're saying to beat Florida.
That's a good. Those are some really good prices.
The only time
do you think it should be high,
I would
lower?
love to know the difference between St. Peter's and Purdue. That's the only one that really stands out in my mind of like a super small team beating a big team. But their tallest guy on Lehigh.
Yeah. So I to your point, Sean, you're probably right.
Your tallest guy on Lehigh. They have one guy 6'10".
Yeah.
Right. Alfredo.
Yeah. Florida's got some big men.
I'm saying Florida's got.
They hit their threes.
They have a 7'9" guy first
Sean,
off.
that would be like us playing Florida.
Yeah.
That's what Lehigh is.
I mean,
we're Lehigh and Florida's
got 6 guys that are as tall
I'll
or
book
taller.
it for you.
All right.
I'll book it for you.
No, but just imagine that feeling.
Well,
Lehigh just draining threes.
You have to bet it, right?
Oh, of course.
All right. So only twice, and this could be Lehigh. They do qualify. They are in the play-in game. Only twice since 2011 did a play-in team not make the round of 32. So last year was one of them. No one fared well coming out of that.
Who were the plans last year?
Oh yeah, I jumped ahead with the free throws.
That's all right.
Who were the plans last year?
I have that information. It was
5 times a play-in has reached the Sweet 16. 2 times reached the Final Four, which I think Michigan State and UCLA off the top of my head, but
VCU
or was it Syracuse?
VCU. Syracuse went to the Sweet 16. VCU went to the Final Four. Yeah.
So it was last year. It was Alabama State and St. Francis. Alabama State won but did not cover. Then it was San Diego State losing to North Carolina. They got their ass kicked, if you remember.
But then North Carolina shouldn't even have been in the field.
I know. Then American lost to Mount St. Mary's as the favorite, did not cover. Got rolled by 11, and then Texas, the game we sweated out at Stadium Swim. Texas,
Xavier
lost to Xavier 86-80.
Yeah,
Xavier covered.
But Texas was another one that shouldn't have been in. So it's interesting. It's interesting there. You wonder had they done it correctly.
What do you mean correctly?
Well, I'm just saying like those are two pretty. That was one of the worst riggings of all time. Like you look at this field, it's really hard. Like you have to really nitpick and say, well, San Diego State probably deserves it over SMU, and that's the one I would probably get on board with. But it's like 50-50 almost. Last year's was so outrageous. The corruption was so bad.
There's none this year. Nothing to complain about.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I mean, you can complain about the seating, but I think they got the 68 teams that should be in.
And we already highlighted, I think, the no shade to Prairie View or Lehigh, but if a team's gonna win the extra game, it's 100% the team coming out of this Texas NC State game.
I don't
playing
know,
BYU.
man. We should talk about. I mean. Yeah, I love that one. That was
Tennessee going down to Miami.
Barnes is Barnes.
Or SMU.
Colgate almost got him. Remember that?
I know, but
they got him to overtime.
Yeah, I feels like maybe not against those types of teams.
I'm with you. Texas, NC State would be the one you circle, but the second one, why couldn't it be SMU though? SMU could beat Tennessee.
You're right. You're right. SMU is that weird team that almost like a traditional Pac-12 team, really athletic.
And the thing about SMU that I hit on a lot on our show was when I interviewed Andy Enfield, he said that is his most talented team. Remember, he took Dunk City to the Sweet 16.
Yeah.
He said this is by far the most talented team. It's the most, but it's his youngest team he's ever had. So if they could just play well, the talent is there.
I mean, yeah, to your point, it's one of those things where, they have that profile. It's probably them and NC State, honestly. Those would be if I was really getting specific. But yeah, I would. I think we'll get one this year. I'm probably going to pick. Well, not probably. I'm definitely going to pick it in my bracket. All right.
Thou shalt not believe in fairy tales, Kramer. Since 1985,
don't Colby cover your ears.
But
only 5 teams outside the top 3 have won the Natty.
Peter Pan's fake, dude.
1985.
Are you up to speed on the
Peter Pan, Epstein Island?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
That's where it all started.
Colby's staying over. We're having a sleepover tonight, so we're going to talk about a lot. We might actually record the first episode.
We did get UConn as the 4 seed. Most recently, before that, 2011 UConn 7, the Kemba Walker year.
UConn are the only examples of modern college basketball.
UConn was a mid-major. Then they were playing in the AAC against East Carolina.
Good point.
So ECU had a lot to do with that natty. Yeah, fairy tales. That was a true fairy tale. San Diego State was a fairy tale. Got to the natty.
I mean, it's so
Butler
top
twice.
heavy this year.
Yeah.
A non-top 3 seed winning it all is.
Dude, I think this could be.
Who's the top 3 seed outside?
Hold on, and to compound that, the 30 of 168 Final Four teams have come from outside the top 4. So, and that's since 1985. So think about how many years that is. That's 50.
Well, but that's what we say. Like, if you're going to take those crazy teams, play the Final Four market, not them.
So do the math. That's 40 years, 30 teams. So we're talking about you get 0.75 teams a year. We had NC State in 2024 as an 11 seed. We had nothing in 2025. That tells me we're due. That tells me we're due for
I
a
would
team.
say this is where we bring up, well, why have the 4 to 16 or the 14, the 12 to 16 has been so bad, right? And we look at this and we're not super excited about this. This is where I do think you're going to see radical change over the next few years, and it might start this year. Is because when I look at the middle class, which is all of a sudden getting some of the guys that they weren't getting before, this is where I do think it really makes a difference. This is where I do think, like, you look at the East bracket and you're like, why couldn't St. John's come out of there? Why couldn't Louisville or UCLA make a run? You know what I mean? Maybe even, maybe be someone else besides that. But I do think the middle of the road, and I think that's what made this is like the most watched college basketball season in a long time. I think that's a lot of it is these teams that are in the middle there. Not only are these players in college forever, they're more talented than they've been in a long time, in my opinion.
Yeah,
they don't have to. I mean, St. John's. I mean, listen, Patino doesn't have forever. He's got to get this job done soon.
Well, he's getting the stem cell treatment.
He's out. Yeah, you think so? He's doing the getting the peptides.
100%. I mean, there's a few like that though. Wisconsin's got the best road wins of anybody in the nation probably this year.
Yeah,
they're a dangerous 5 seed.
Not according to Bruce Pearl. He thinks Auburn has that title. I mean, he is such a petulant child. I bet you he was throwing out a lot of youth sporting events when his kids were younger. Also, I went on a little internet deep dive on the transition from him to his son. It seems like he's a douchebag.
We knew this.
I know we knew this, but like people are like, they're not like going after him for some reason. I guess because he's in the media, but he's really been acting like a bitch lately.
I would say the big thing is, do you remember? A lot of people don't remember this. Okay, Bruce Pearl was an assistant at Iowa in 1989. He was recruiting Deion Thomas, who was a very good player for Illinois.
This is an insane story.
Yeah.
Tell the story.
So Deion Thomas was showing interest in going to Iowa. He ends up going to Illinois, but Bruce Pearl illegally recorded a conversation talking about how Illinois was going to get him money, but he was just using this as a ploy to get out of the coach is putting pressure on you. He's a kid. He's a young kid. He didn't actually get the money. He was just saying this as a way to not go to Iowa. Reported that to the NCAA.
Scumbag.
ruin this
Rat.
kid. Ruin this kid. They got on probation. They got on probation back then, and all because of this nonsense. And really, just
He's
a true
snitch.
pile of shit to a young kid. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, I don't know how anyone else.
Disgraceful.
I don't know how anyone else, unless you're just getting a gigantic bag of cash, can say, "Hey, I think he's got my son's best interest."
He's got a lot of interesting interests. That guy. And
Well, it
your
makes
son-
sense being a politician, right?
Yeah, I mean he can, and also I can't wait for his son to fail. Like this was his best shot. Now, like, he's going to recruit? No,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
Look at that guy. He does not. He looks like someone that would be like. I don't want to say something.
That's just the
offensive,
classic politician right there. It's like that right then. We should have circled that as possible
Illegal
politician.
wiretaps. Yeah, come on, man.
but, I mean, yeah,
To a
recording
fucking
devices.
18-year-old kid or
What a
17-year-old or
bitch.
18-year-old kid. It's like, what a
bitch.
dick. What a pile of shit. Cause he doesn't want to go to Iowa. God forbid a fucking black guy from the fucking city doesn't want to go to Iowa City.
Makes sense. All right, this is where we can add your new Big Ten. So I was gonna say earlier, in honor of Scott Reichel, we changed Commandment 8 to "Thou shalt fade the Mountain West." The Mountain West is 28, 55, and 2 since 2005.
That's bad.
8 and 22 since 2019.
And they
which
got
is
fucked again, season wise. Yeah.
8 and 22 since 2019. That's 26%.
You know, I was doing a deep dive on this. I think you can actually circle the culprit,
What's that?
Utah State.
Yeah.
They've been bad.
Because San Diego State's had multiple years with
Yeah,
runs.
they've gone
I
deep.
feel like
Nevada went to the Sweet 16. I was like, man,
it has to be Utah State.
it was that Colorado State also has
You
some,
don't know
like a
what it
blemish.
is they get like 4 teams in every year and maybe one advances.
well, last year they were 2-2 ATS.
yeah. Okay.
Well,
Outlier
Colorado
year.
State saved them.
Love
but
it.
Utah
Yeah.
State almost makes it almost every year. I feel like they're the ones. They were like 1 and 8, and so that's the real thing bringing them down. Colorado State got fucked in the play-in game when they got Michigan. Michigan had no business being in the play-in game. That was 1 year, but it is interesting because I was curious because I saw the Twitter they were arguing that. But you look at Nevada and San Diego State; they've had some good years.
For sure. I mean, but so what do they have this year?
And even Colorado State had a DC year last year. They should have beat Maryland. Maryland traveled on that.
Do they only
what do
have?
they call it? Dribble drive step.
Do they
hop?
only have Utah State? this
Mountain
year?
West is 10-29 and 1
Wow.
ATS in the 6-11 range. And wait, they only have Utah
We
State.
only
Which
have
is
one-
fascinating. You've never seen a team. It's been over 10 years since a team's this good strength of schedule wise, or their metrics, the conference metrics say you should have way more than one team in. And if you saw Jared Calhoun's comments, pretty pissed off at the committee for the 9 seed. He thought they were a 6 or 7, and to get a 9, he thought was crazy. And I agree. With him. I agree with him. Like
Utah State's going to be a what's the spread on that one? They're
Utah State is getting Villanova.
they're a favorite.
Yeah, it's Utah.
they're the
State's-
9. Are
Utah
they
State's
favored?
laying 3.
That's crazy.
Interesting, because they're the
Okay.
9. To his
Well,
point, then that makes sense right
Thou
there. To
shalt
his point,
fade the Mountain
Yeah.
West.
but to his point, like
Yeah,
why
they're-
should they? Why are they favored then? Someone did a shitty job. But yeah,
Colby, please. Betting markets are different than how they seed teams. Come on.
I'm just saying, Mountain West gets fucked over
Well, and to your point,
a
yeah,
lot with seeding.
they get bad. Yeah, they don't get the benefit of the.
They had
seed
no
line.
business
And
play in Michigan
this
Yeah.
year. San Diego State, New Mexico, both on the outside looking in on a pretty weak bubble. So
Yeah. But hold on. The thing we were going to say is the Big Ten. They haven't won a tournament.
Add your nugget on the Big Ten.
They haven't won a national championship since 2000 with Tom Izzo.
Isn't that crazy?
Right. And guess
That's
what?
crazy.
They've been a few times, but they have got their ass whooped. They lose by an average of 11 points per game every time they go to the championship game. So if you're looking for a future to win the Natty,
Don't
and you're
take a
thinking
Big
Michigan,
Ten.
now you could say, well, that's a different Big Ten because they added Oregon, USC, UCLA, and Washington. Well, only one of those teams is in the tournament here in UCLA, but
And they have to play on the East Coast.
it is something to note because Michigan and Michigan State and even Illinois and Purdue have had moments where they look really good. But man, have they got their ass kicked when they play in the national championship or even in the Final Four. So, 11 points they lose their games by on average. Some of those they had multiple like 17, 18 point losses. So
We'll have to when we talk about the UCLA game, we'll have to dig up the
so if you
the Mick Cronin press conference.
yeah, I give a rat's ass, he says, right? But right now, if you're looking, you would think right now, hey, Michigan has a pretty good path, right, to get to the Final Four, right? Michigan State, you could make an argument, has a decent path. Purdue, maybe you think Arizona. Well, Tommy Lloyd's had a problem; he can't get past the Sweet 16. Maybe you think of Purdue. They were in the Natty not that long ago with Painter and Zach Edey. Illinois in the South, their team's old and European, so we haven't really seen that.
It's a great reason.
Yeah. UCLA, Mick Cronin, he's in Philly for round one.
Should do a Photoshop of a European gigolo, but it's the Illinois players.
Nebraska. Maybe we think that this could be the year that Hoiberg break through.
Are you? Yeah. You're just going to list all the big.
Well, no, I'm just saying. Like, who do you think? Who do you think will be the team that if it happens, you think Michigan? I think Michigan State could be.
I mean, obviously Michigan's quite good, but we've seen Michigan as an institution choke so many times. It would be expected. And so, yeah, I think Izzo, taking a team on a little bit of a quest always makes some sense, but I'm fine just also thinking that they'll continue to not win the national championship.
Fair.
I mean, I'm just looking, I haven't gone deep into a lot of these matchups, but I'm looking around the board and it's like, well, I'm kind of immediately finding myself gravitating towards positions where I'd be fading the Big Ten. And so,
but then again, you got to think, man, it's been 26 years. NIL, everyone can pay school. Indiana just won in football. Could this be the year? Maybe you circle all the Big Ten schools.
Let's not forget they quit on football first. All right, so we'll fade the Mountain West so final answer: are we fading or not fading the Big Ten?
I still think you got to fade. 26 years, 26 years.
And sorry, so how many? So they have 8 teams in.
They have. Is it 8? Was it 8?
Was it 8 or 7?
Hold on. So you got Purdue. You got Wisconsin.
How many?
Wisconsin, Purdue, Michigan State. That's 4. Nebraska 5. Iowa 6. Illinois 7. Who's the 8th? Who am I forgetting here? Who am I missing?
I don't know.
Is it only 7?
It might be Michigan. You said Michigan.
I said Michigan and Michigan State.
Purdue.
Yeah.
Wisconsin. That's it.
Did I not say Wisconsin?
8.
Okay.
So how many advance?
Oh no, UCLA might be the 8th.
How many advance?
First round, you're talking?
Yeah. How many get out of the first round?
I think UCLA's matchup is incredibly dangerous. They're injured and they're playing a very old team. Which that's another thing that we should probably think about.
And
the age thing.
What's his name? The UCLA guard got hurt.
Yeah, the other day. But he's gonna play. Well,
I did read.
Dant got dinged up too, right?
That's what I was talking. Well,
no, there's multiple.
And I was reading. Was it Wetzel or someone on X was pointing out that it was remarkable how every single person who got hurt in the last couple of days is fully healthy and going to be playing in the tournament. Do you think teams were worried about the committee holding injuries against them?
Yeah. Yeah, actually I see that. I see everyone's going to go.
Okay.
So yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Can you really get behind UCLA on the UCLA is tough because they've also done stuff anyway. So we're fading them, but not in the first round.
I think because we are watch UCF. Round. I mean, we already talked about Troy, Nebraska. Penn, Illinois.
Woohoo!
Yeah, all right. So we're gonna
Quakers.
Yeah, let's just stick to the fade. I like that. It's easier.
Number 9, thou shalt not worship false idols. We got some
Who's
coaches.
The falsest of idols?
Jamie Dixon, 7-7 ATS, and maybe
7-17.
7-17. Yes.
So TCU is playing Ohio State.
Mm-hmm. Ohio State's played good. They've closed the season well.
Yeah.
Even though
it's an interesting matchup.
Mark had a few. 27-36-1 ATS. Now I think he's one of those guys like Rick Barnes, 23-37 ATS, who does well in the first round ATS and then it falls off after that.
Mark had a few also. If you break his data, if you look at his data, he was very strong for a while. And if you zoom into like the last 10 years, it is not very good. So They have not, and it's for him. It's not. He's kind of not been very good across multiple tournaments, multiple rounds. So, and then like the Matt Painter one is the one that stands out.
24 and 14 ATS,
but he's 12-4 in the first round.
Yes, but those 4 ATS losses were, I think, a couple of those were outright, or at least one was.
And Calipari very good in the first round as well.
Yes.
Hurley too. Just
I've been waiting for like the Randy Bennett breakthrough season. St. Mary's, has been so good for so long. You follow some of the older coaches like that made those magical Final Four runs, like Jimmy Larinaga. He had been knocking on that door forever, getting to the NCAA tournament, being a good program, NIT, first round of the NCAA tournament. Then boom, finally they break through 27-8 Final Four. The same can kind of be said with Porter Moser at Loyola Chicago and Illinois State. He had some good years, and then boom, finally won the CBI one year. But finally, 2017-18, they got it together, go 32-6, make the Final Four, and then he made the Sweet 16 a couple years later. I've always thought Randy Bennett's one of the best coaches. But the hard thing is I think they could beat A&M, but man, Houston in round 2. But I think that's something to take a look at, is like which coach has been knocking on the door year after year, making the tournament, but just hasn't been able to get over the hump. You've been talking about this with Barnes. He made the Final Four, 1 year at Texas, but there's a lot of coaches that you've seen a lot of the great coaches retire. So you're kind of in this area where like, hey, can one of these coaches, these veteran coaches, break through? Because Mick Cronin's only been to 1 Final Four and there was no fans that year. Yeah, could it be that?
Fake ass season. And one other one that we didn't. Sampson has been pretty solid over the last couple March Madnesses ATS.
Yeah, you got. That's another one. I guess he's been to the Final Four, he's been to the national championship, but man, they blew an 18-point lead.
Akron head coach. Akron's been a very good ATS round. I know you put in a reminder that don't bet on Akron. What was that results to?
Last year.
John Gross, and he had some great years.
They lost 93-65 against Arizona last year, if you don't remember. And I was proudly walking around with Akron plus 13.5 in my pocket. Akron on the money line plus 750.
Looked good for a while.
It did. Yeah,
not really.
Didn't work out.
Last one. Nobody shall give a crap about your bracket. Don't be the guy rooting for your bracket when there's crazy. It drove us insane
UMBC
when Purdue
or something. Yeah.
UMBC where you have, you like everyone had Purdue winning the first round in your bracket.
I had Arizona winning it all.
History.
And Princeton was taking it to him, but I was like, fuck Arizona. Go
you gotta
Princeton.
root for even if you.
Well, Colby, you're also very prone to Benedictine, so. It's not.
Colby will do it instantly.
Yeah.
Well, you just think about the big picture of the sport. Princeton beating Arizona is awesome. Awesome for the sport.
You get to win both ways.
All right. Hey, we got some games to pick. Some spreads are live and we're going to start breaking them down. Hey, we just talked a ton about brackets. If you're looking for some help with your bracket or betting March Madness, you got to download Rhythm, your official data tool for dominating the madness that is college hoops. I just submitted, and you can submit up to 3 models on Rhythm, and they'll fill out the entire bracket for you. So again, even if you're lazy, just take these brackets that Rhythm's making for you, plug them into all the free contests you can find, aka sportsgamblingpodcast.com/bracket. A great tool to have this time of the year. Last year, Rhythm user went 25-2 in his bracket thanks to Rhythm's model. That's an insane. I know you're just picking up straight up winners, but my God, 25-2. Definitely have a Rhythm bracket ready to go. Even those those free contests. Hey, win $1 million, whatever. Just fire off some Rhythm brackets. And of course, if you go premium, use our promo code SGPN25. Highly recommend Rhythm. Very good for college basketball totals. Of course, download Rhythm today. RITHMM. And we're also brought to you by Novig. Novig's America's #1 sports prediction market. Novig, you're getting the best prices. And when you use our promo code SGPN, spend $5, get $50. Available in a bunch of states. Love Novig. Fortunately, not available right now in California, but they are available in Texas, Pennsylvania, Florida, bunch of big states. If you're in a Novig state, download it right now. Use our promo code SGPN. Spend $5, give $50. That's Novig. Promo code SGPN. Let's go. 4 games on the board.
What's our George Mason shirt count, by the way?
I haven't looked into it.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. We're gonna cancel it because no one's signing up.
I
For
think we're
no.
hitting a lot.
Oh
of,
no.
A lot of green in at Circa at the Underhang bar now, allegedly.
Yes.
What were you gonna say though? I'm sorry.
No,
He
maybe
said he
it's-
was canceling it.
Yeah, cancel it.
I think that was the. All right, let's talk about first up. Tuesday night. We're in Dayton, Ohio for the first 4. I guess the first 4 just lives in Dayton, Ohio for the rest of eternity. They got to take the NFL mile, start moving that shit around like a traveling road show.
As long as it stays in the United States, all right.
Yeah, I mean a little Canada.
Nah,
Yeah, like March
don't need
Madness.
it.
Maybe a little Mexico.
They got the Maple
Overseas?
Leafs.
Hey, let's bring it to South Africa.
Please.
Let's go. Let's play just a couple games.
You're just trying to fuck it all
Hey,
up.
They're gonna move the Elite Eight to Brazil.
No wonder why you're a fan of Tish.
Hey, South Africa, let's play Howard UMBC over there. Get you some good old fashioned college basketball. UMBC laying 2.5 -148 on the money line. Howard plus 124. 141.5 is the total. 66.5 is the first half total. If you're looking at the sheet and you're in the Patreon, you would see that my projection of the first half total was 66.75. You would also know that there is a bonus bracket for the Patreons only.
Oh yes, good plug, Ryan.
Only for the Patreons. And yeah, you should get in there. Very much worth the while in March, as has some nice prizes. Anyway, UMBC cashed me a ticket on Saturday morning. Again, disagreeing with you 2 idiots. Howard, meanwhile, it seems like based on Colby's reaction to this spread, it's going to be his pick. Colby.
Yeah, I told you I'm sold on the Bison. First off, they lead the all-time series. But
Really?
yes, they lead it by 1 game. But this is a revenge.
How many
spot.
times have they played?
Well, UMBC hasn't been up here that long, so it's only 3 times. It'll be the 4th time. Right?
So this is they're 2-1.
Well, but that's my point.
Oh,
though,
okay,
is that
they're
they
2-1.
Well, also they haven't been playing at this level in a long time. So, and last year UMBC stuck it to Howard by like 16.
Ridiculous.
So you got Howard here who's looked phenomenal throughout the season. I mean, go back to back in November when the big bad SEC, like they played Missouri incredibly tough for a lot of that game, and then late Missouri opens it up.
All right, Sean.
I like this Howard team.
Sean, based on that description, how many points did they lose to Missouri by?
Yeah, the wheels came off.
Close
late.
game.
Wheels came off late.
Close game.
60.
No,
88-67.
it was a
21
close
point
game though. It was a close. I watched it.
21
right?
points close.
The wheels came off late. That's all I'm saying.
Howard's very good at offensive rebounding, 20th in the nation in offensive rebounding percentage compared to UMBC 340th. That is a huge difference in offensive rebounding.
Yeah, but I would point out that UMBC good at rebounding when they're on defense.
Well, how about the
Yeah.
16th rated defense in the country? And that is the Howard Bison. All right. So let Bison be Bison, Kramer. This team is good. The guard play, Cedric Taylor, Bryce Harris, Gillis, the other guy. This team is good. And they've played an aggressive non-con schedule. I would say more aggressive than UMBC's.
Howard's been very good as a dog this year, 6-2-1 ATS. Now, both teams have been good on the road ATS. UMBC is the better shooting team, slight edge at the free throw line. This feels like a pretty close game.
UMBC has 12 straight wins.
Howard only has 8.
Yeah. That's how I'm going to settle this.
Our buddy Hoops Peterson projected Howard as the 2.5 point favorite. That's a pretty big difference.
Howard beat UNC Wilmington this year, dude. Howard's a good team. They're a good team.
That's fine.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Howard at the points. Give me Howard plus 2.5.
UMBC just cast me a nice ticket,
and we're all in the first half unders. Now, it seems like only a few books have them up so far right now. Kramer,
correct. So the number, yes. And I would expect this to be, I wouldn't expect the number to be lower than this unless the game total goes down.
Okay.
But I'm still recommending as soon as your book opens, grab it. And I will update the sheet and everyone with the actual number I get down on at 2. But this is what we're tracking it at. Game number 2 on Monday. No, Tuesday. NC State 11. See, this is the game of the weekend. This is the game they're sending Dickie V to. I don't know if you saw the announcers. Dickie V is part of one broadcast, and it's this one. So it's an 11-on-11 seed. NC State, Texas. It's a pick. 160.5 is the total. I projected the first half total would be 76.5. It is actually. Is this one not open yet? Hold on. I thought I jotted it down. Let me double check. It is 75.5. So again, I think there's a very good chance that your book may open up a number north of this. So yeah, let me know. But yeah, Texas was on the fraud list.
Yeah.
And maybe it's just the fact that we watched DJ Burns and NC State do it recently. But how do we not take NC State here?
I think you have to take NC State. Now, this is me saying this. I mean, I do hate both these programs, but
you hate the pussy pack.
Texas's defense.
This is a rematch. They played in I think it was Hawaii. Was it in Maui?
Played on a neutral. NC State won by 5.
Yeah. No. Texas won by 5.
Yes,
yeah. Yeah, it was in Maui. So I think right there, first off, you're getting Will Wade in November, the first month with his basketball program. I know NC State closed the season rough, but so did Texas. I like
they both lost 5 of their last 6.
I like the fact that NC State's, they still know what they want. I think a little more now than they did in November, offensively, defensively. Even though they've been dropping these games, I mean, both these teams look like ass down the stretch. That's why they're in the play games. But I'm gonna trust revenge with NC State. I like that too, psychologically too. Just the fact that this was a close game before, and shit, I think NC State even had a lead late in that game. So yeah, give me the wolf pack, the pussy pack to get revenge on these horns.
Yeah, I'm on NC State as well. NC State 10th in the nation shooting the 3 ball, and that's one of Texas's defensive weaknesses. I think that's going to be a huge thing for them. 38.8% compared to Texas's 3-point defense, 299th in the nation. I think that could be the difference. We mentioned earlier on they were on the fraud watch. Ryan, of course, our buddy producer Luke had followed the money. NC State was an angle play when they were a 1.5 dog. I still like it here as a pick. So yeah, NC State.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I mean, I was going to say NC State is favored to win the game by every one of the analytics sites. Ken Palm has it at 1. So yeah, like I started off by saying also just the remembering how NC State has done it for us before, and we watched Texas lose last year to Xavier.
Yes.
So a lot.
And now they have Xavier's head coach.
It's all coming together. NC State, all 3 of us agree.
Consensus play.
All right, let's hop over to Wednesday. We're out in Vegas. We're at the Underhang Bar. Sean hopefully has paper ticket in pocket. 16 seed on 16 seed Lehigh taking on Prairie View. What a run by Prairie, by the way. We didn't talk much about that. Lehigh laying 2.5 -150 on the money line, +125 for Prairie View A&M. 143.5 is the total. Projected 67 3/4. It's 67.5 for the first half under.
Sean, he says, what a run with Prairie View, but not Lehigh, because Prairie View's won 7 in a row. Lehigh's won 6 in a row. Something's got to give here.
I mean,
Lehigh was a great run. Why are you trying
was a great
to
run.
throw shade?
And Lehigh, what do? They hit their 3s and they win loose balls. That's how you win in conference tournament. That's how you win in the regular national tournament. Prairie View 250th in 3-point defense, and you're getting these Lehigh Mountain Hawk sharp shooters from behind the arc. This is Lehigh all the way.
Oh, no.
Smash play, lock it up.
I don't want you to be well.
No, you do. You're rooting against me.
Colby, who are you taking? I'll get out of the way.
I think this is one of the hardest. I think this is the hardest one.
He's going against you too, Sean.
I think this is the hardest one of the play-in games. But there's something magical about Lehigh right now.
Yes.
There's something magical. Whether it's half court shots.
Oh, come on. You can't handicap a half court shot.
I just think the way they're playing ball right now. What's it? Nasir Whitlock balling out for them lately.
Dog.
I also think the Patriot League was the better conference this year.
Swag is down.
So I'm gonna take Lehigh here to get it done. But I am very intrigued. I think this game could be right down. I mean, Prairie View early on, they played at LSU. I can't remember when, and I had Prairie View in the points, and that shit was a very close game. Now, once again, they got blown out like final 2 minutes, but this thing was like Prairie View was up, I would say, or at least tied almost the entire game. Very impressive performance in Baton Rouge. But I just think Lehigh's playing good ball right now. I was very impressed with the Colgate game. Very impressed with the half court game. Actually, man, I don't know, man. They almost lost to Holy Cross.
Yep.
Fucking Holy Cross was terrible, dude.
And year. I think Prairie View, I don't want to say it too loudly, but maybe they can get to the line a little bit.
So you're saying I should Benedict and take Prairie View?
Let's take Prairie View.
Let's take Prairie View.
Yeah,
Play
Prairie
my
View.
music.
Play the music.
Play my theme song.
Play
my theme song.
Get us on.
So Kramer, you're just full on hater.
No, I handicapped the game. I think Prairie View is going to be able to get to the line. They make their free throws.
And I think that over the course of the season, I think I've been more impressed with Prairie View than I have Lehigh.
Sean's not happy.
Yeah, he's really
no. I like this. This is.
No,
I show up to the studio. He pours me a whiskey. He's like, "Hey, it's good to have you back." I guarantee that ain't happening tomorrow.
On the ride over, he was like, "Yeah, Lehigh. Yep, good matchup for them." It's the exact opposite.
I'm making it feel good.
Opposite handicap.
He's buttering you up.
Son of a bitch.
I want you to feel good about your engineers.
I thought I could get at least Colby.
Last game.
That's great though. It's great.
This will be
us against the world.
We are now.
You're never going to hear the end of it. You should take Lehigh ride because when Lehigh wins and covers, you're not going to hear the end of it.
What do you mean?
Man.
It's for your own sanity.
Why are you making this personal? I'm just because
you're picking against Lehigh.
I handicapped a particular game and I happen to fall on Prairie View. I can't. I follow the data, Sean. I'm looking at the numbers.
No, I'm going to fight
6-10,
everyone. They lose.
Now we're actually at underhang bar. Sean, maybe I've already snuck off at this point to play craps. Sean is certainly going to have a couple whiskeys in his hand. 11 seeds, SMU, Miami of Ohio. Obviously, we know where Colby's going to go here with his soft ass heart. -310 for SMU, so -7.5. Miami of Ohio,
soft ass heart,
+250. 164.5 is the total. 77.5 is the first half total. Worth noting, I thought this might be as high as 78.5. We were discussing it earlier. SMU certainly has the athletes, and I think one thing that concerns me, and we see this specifically with the MAC because I fall in love with the MAC team every year, and then they get their ass beat in the tournament because they're not athletic. The reality is, if you went to the MAC because you're not an athlete. If you're an athlete, because they all have grit. They're like gritty guys. Like they probably like learn their skills playing on courts outdoors, but they don't have athleticism.
Miami of Ohio 4-0 straight up, and ATS is a dog this season.
That's fair,
and it's a home dog, and they're coming off a loss where we were all over UMass in that. Well, Colby and I were all over UMass in that game, and because it was that letdown, they had that perfect season. And I like this better. They needed that first round knockout in the MAC tournament to get to relight the season, to reset the season, to get that fire under their ass. And now they're a massive dog. Travis Steele is clipping this, whatever you just said right there. He's showing it to his players. He's hanging it up as bulletin board material.
We got to have him on. We've had a Steele.
He's been on the show before. Yeah.
He's been on your show.
Yep.
So multiple steals.
And this is going to be, you want to talk about, Colby likes a good environment handicap. This is it's going to be a raucous environment. is going to be a home dog environment. Miami of Ohio is the team. Is the play.
You think the students of Miami of Ohio can afford to drive to Dayton?
Oh my god,
45 miles. What are we talking?
I don't know. I'm not trying to judge.
This is the thing that drives me crazy about.
Oh, Colby's not picking them.
This is the thing that drives me crazy is 2 years ago, SMU was a mid-major. They finished sixth in the AAC that year.
But they're not a mid-major.
The year before that, they finished 10th. Who the fuck is SMU to get all this respect? These teams, they're like, hey, they're a power school. These bozos you're arguing with, they don't even know that they just came over 2 years ago. You know what I mean? Like, this is still okay. Infield, they threw a little bit of money in because they knew they were going to the ACC. But I don't know that you can fully say. Yeah, I don't know that you can fully say this is a Power 5 program.
They beat Syracuse in the tournament. Congrats.
Yeah, Syracuse is trash too. You know. So yeah, give me the Redskins in the home
Miami
crowd. The
off
home
their
crowd
first loss
is
in the
half
season?
the battle here. Yeah.
Now, if Miami would have won the MAC, then I would have say, yeah, this is where we fade them because that is not continuing. But we see this all the time in sports in general. Teams go on these crazy win streaks. They lose and then they get back the next game.
Now, am I worried that Boopy Miller's going to score 40? Probably.
Yeah.
But Miami, Ohio, with the crowd behind them, is all the difference. The crowd,
Cool.
the crowd.
It's a total different environment for this Miami of Ohio team. Before it was like, oh, we're favorites, perfect season. We get so much pressure, and the pressure is gone. These kids can play fast and loose now, and that's their wheelhouse.
What's SMU's best road win all year? At Wake? Come on, this will be more lit than a Wake game.
What's
SMU 4-6-1 ATS on the road. 8-12 is a favorite. Good luck, Kramer. I'm on Miami of Ohio.
I'll lay it. And yeah, thank you for the luck. I don't think you meant that.
No, because I'm on Miami of Ohio. All right, time for a couple locks.
A couple locks? No dogs?
Oh, we can get out.
We're on the first half under 77.5.
Colby, you want to go first?
Let's lock up. This feels disgusting.
What? NC State.
The pussy pack is a lock. And
yeah, you don't want to mess around.
I'm also gonna lock
baby teams.
So should I just double down on one? The dog is Miami, Ohio.
Yes,
right? That's the dog.
That's going to be a nice paper ticket at Circa.
And give me the Bison of Howard as the other lock here. If you had I mean, shit, we should add a third lock. Miami, Ohio gets 7.5. Woo-hoo-hoo.
Colby, I know you're worried about that.
All right, lock number one.
That there's a chance they just can't defend Boopy Miller.
Well, they got to come up with a game plan of putting two on. They got to double him.
But they got it's going to look like guys. In
Think George Bush is going to be on that trip?
I mean, he's at least going to the party. He's at least going to the pregame party.
Lock number one. I'm with Colby on the Wolfpack there as a pick. Lock number two. The Lehigh Mountain Hawk Engineers getting it done. And of course.
Just the Engineers.
No, it was a renowned engineering school. It's still pretty
kind of a lame name though. It's a little bit. I mean,
it's more creative than all these fucking bears.
Yeah, I like the Engineers.
Oh no, you
all right.
No, you don't. It's not even an animal.
War turkeys.
It's not even an animal.
We're a war turkey.
It's not even an animal.
All right.
Miami of Ohio is the money line dog.
Wow, you guys are behaving like all the other lemmings, just walking off the cliff with Miami of Ohio. Come on, you don't want to start your triple. Like everyone's betting on them.
What do you mean everyone?
Public dogs have fleas.
Yeah, no one's going to be on them.
I'm looking at 75% of the tickets, but only.
Yeah, it's all the sharps right now.
I don't know about that. All right, my turn. Lock NC State. Lock SMU. Dogs.
It's a bad lock.
Prairie View.
Oh wow, even worse money line, Ryan. I'll give you a chance to change your Prairie View pick.
I only have one dog. So I was
last chance.
backed into a corner.
Last chance, Ryan.
No,
you can parlay the first half unders.
I like Prairie View.
Okay.
I would never parlay the first half unders.
Why not?
I like to play them straight.
Great opportunity.
I'm a straight man.
You are. Congrats, Ryan.
Yep.
Thank you everyone for tuning in. As always, get in on the contest. We're giving away $5,000 for Christ's sake. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/bracket. Toss us a nice rating review over on Apple Podcasts. 5-star, and you can write a review. We'll read all the good ones on air. Maybe give away some gift cards there. Spotify, answering all your questions and comments. And we'll be back tomorrow picking every Thursday game against the spread.
Yes.
Check out the college experience. And of course, as always,
thank you for participating in the Sports Gambling Podcast.
For the Sports Gambling Podcast, I'm Sean, second the money green. He's Ryan.
Happy March Madness.
Kramer, let it ride.
I'm wet. It's a baby fucking wheel, man.